Ladies and gentlemen, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you could hear me because we just got a huge announcement at the round table for Trump's cabinet today, and boy oh boy did it go down. Number one, look at the hat that Elon Musk is wearing, where it says Trump was right about everything. Now, we have been talking about Doge and the Department of Government Efficiency getting a lot of hatred from the mainstream media for the uncoverings, which should make every American happy. And of course, they're also working to give back the money right back to Americans, especially taxpayers who have suffered the most. And what was just announced is actually absolutely just wild to me. So I'm gonna let a few of you guys come in here so that way we can hear this announcement from Elon Musk as to what it is that he just announced that's going viral and breaking the internet, and what they just uncovered about where money has been going. And again, we have another situation like Social Security, and it's actually unbelievable. I also got more big news to break for you guys when it comes to a they're launching a task force. So apparently, Attorney General Pam Bondi made another announcement here where people are going to be held accountable allegedly, and also Jasmine Crockett is now calling for violence against Senator Ted Cruz. So again, let's get right into the news, ladies and gentlemen. Take a listen to this.
Well, the clear case of fraud was with the Small Business Administration, where they were handing out loans, $330 million worth of loans to people under the age of 11. I think the youngest, Kelly, was a 9-month-old who got a $100,000 loan.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I wasn't ready. Hold on. What?
Well, the clear case of fraud was with the Small Business Administration, where they were handing out loans, $330 million worth of loans to people under the age of 11. I think the youngest, Kelly, was a 9-month-old who got a $100,000 loan. That's a very precocious baby we're talking about here.
Well, we're tackling the fraud, waste, and abuse in the agency. We've seen, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud go unprosecuted, so we're taking that on. We have a zero tolerance policy for fraud, and we continue to crack down on it and make sure people are held accountable.
It's amazing. And you have a lot of that. You found far too much of it. It's a pure fraud. We like to use the words waste and abuse because they sort of sound good, but many of these things are pure fraud. Now, there was a contract that you've heard about where Stacey Abrams got $2 billion just before we took over, and it was a...
Yeah, so before we even get to Stacey Abrams and everything else, ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk, Doge, found $330 million in SBA loans to people under 11 years old. The youngest that they found was a 9-month-old baby who received a $100,000 loan. What is happening? What is going on? So that's what Doge has been finding. Apparently, people are saying that this is fake. This isn't real. Well, if it's not real, then let's get right to it, because Pam Bondi announced this in front of Trump. Take a listen.
...is doing such a fantastic job. I thought maybe you could say a few words.
Thank you, President. As far as we are hearing a lot about fraud, waste, and abuse, a lot of waste and abuse, but there is a tremendous amount of fraud. And Elon, thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your team. You have uncovered so much fraud in our government, and we will prosecute you. We have an internal task force now working with every agency sitting here at this table. And if you've committed fraud, we're coming after you. Thank you, Elon, for that. On the violent crime level, thanks to President Trump's directive, we are seeking the death penalty again. So all of these horrible, violent criminals that you're hearing about around the country, they will face the death penalty.
Oh, damn. That's not going to make liberals happy right there. That announcement probably just made a liberal shake. Yeah, they've been hanging around Bukele a lot. Bukele ain't playing these games in this country, and I think that President Trump and the Trump administration are kind of motivated by that. But again, Pam Bondi basically saying that, hey, we're going to launch a task force to go after these Doge findings. So we can only take her word for it. Again, it's still very early in the administration. I know a lot of people seem to be disappointed by her. Here is Trump. Trump announcement.
The patriot more than anything else. He's Never think of it. He has never asked me for a thing. He could have. I always say, I wonder if he's ever going to ask me for something. And that's always subject to change. And if it does change, I'll let you know about it. But Elon has never asked me for a thing. I mean, I got rid of the electric car mandate. I have no idea how that affects him, but possibly not good. I don't know. But he's never asked me for a thing. And I think that's an amazing tribute. I did get activated last week when I saw what they were doing. I said, he makes an incredible product, and we're going to go out and tell people you can't do that stuff. And
Wait, so Trump is saying that Elon's never asking for nothing. Elon isn't making any money from all these findings. And of course, Tesla was taking a huge hit. By the way, Tesla stock is up right now. If you invested in Tesla, man, congratulations. If you invested in the stock market when all the fear mongering was going on, congratulations. The stock market is booming right now. Things are going up. So congratulations on that. But yeah, I thought Elon Musk was a thief, right? I don't know if you guys saw it, but on CNN, they were saying that he was a thief and a Nazi. Elon Musk said he's going to sue people for saying that stuff because if anything, Elon Musk, like Trump, are losing money. They're losing money. Yeah, the whole SBA loan thing and all of that. Yeah, that's fraud. But man, when are we gonna go after these politicians that are making all this money, insider trading? Like, let's focus on that. I'd rather focus on I can't wait for Doge to investigate these politicians, man, and the insider trading that's going on in our government. That's really what I want. Yeah, I mean, that's what Trump is talking about here.
support him. They got to support him, because if he wasn't doing this, he wouldn't have any of these difficulties. And I think it's getting less and less. Pam has done a great job with regard to all of the, I mean, I know the kind of investigations that are going on. If she finds them, which she will, she already found 4 of them. But I think they're going to suffer very grave consequences, because they're really terrorists when you think about it. They're terrorists at a high level. And I think the people that are financing them, they could very well be people I know.
Whoa.
People that you write about. But those people are in big trouble. So they better cut it out. But Elon.
Yeah, and what's even worse is we got people like Jasmine Crockett doubling down. I want you to hear what she says here. This is pretty crazy.
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. I think and I love Colin, and I think towards the end he started to punch a little harder. But it's Ted Cruz. I mean, this dude has to be knocked over the head hard, right? There is no niceties with him. At all.
What is happening? First, she said that she can't wait to take down Elon Musk. And Pam Bondi said, hey, tread carefully there. You're calling for violence, and that's unacceptable. That's not free speech. That's calling for violence. And now she's saying that Ted Cruz needs to be knocked across the head. You know what? One thing I've noticed about the Democratic Party, right? This is what I think. And I'm going to get very serious on this, bro. I'm going to be honest. They love Hispanics and black. They like to put Hispanic and black women on the forefront to do their dirty work for them. Bro, Jasmine Crockett, a black woman, is crashing out for the Democratic Party. She's crashing out for them. She looks crazy right now. I don't think anybody's telling her. She's crashing out for the Democratic Party. AOC was one of the biggest crash outs, right? Being a Hispanic woman. These white liberals will put you up, man. They'll put you up. And she's just taking it all. She's just being put up front. And it gets worse. It doesn't get any better.
Let's talk first about this session, some of your goals. Is there anything you're trying to pass? How much of it is going on offense? How much of it is going on defense, trying to stop the Republicans?
Trying to pass? No. I should probably be a better politician and tell you, yes, we've got all this amazing legislation that I can absolutely imagine Donald Trump signing into law. And I'm just not gonna lie. I think that right now it is about preserving our basics and getting back some of the norms that make sure that people have food on the table, the norms that make sure that people aren't going through any extra layer of stress when it comes to figuring out education for their kids. So right now, I can tell you that unfortunately, I am not working towards very much that I would consider being the progress train. I am working to make sure that I can minimize the regress train right now.
Yeah, so she's not even focused on the American people. Again, she's saying the quiet part out loud that her whole existence in the Democratic Party is symbolic to how black women voted in 2024, right? Like 92% for the Democrats. And she's not trying to help anybody or any Americans. She's not trying to help. I don't think she's trying to help anybody. I think what she's trying to do is literally fight Trump on everything. And when you put up a black woman like the Democrats are doing, yeah, like this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why is she crashing out for this party. This party is no good. Democrats are no good right now. Democrats, what they did to Bernie Sanders fought for the Democrats in 2020. Hardcore, right? Very popular in that party. And the Democrats threw him away like nothing. I feel like that's what the Democrats are setting. They're setting it up for her to do this, right? They're getting her to be up on the screen. Like, I don't know what's going on, but she's crashing out for this party, and I just think it's so sad, bro. I think it's very sad. Like, I hate it. I don't want to see her do this. Yeah, it's like, why are you crashing out for the Democrats? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. All right, well, we have a huge announcement here from we got an update. We haven't had an update from Kash Patel in a while, so I do want to play this. Also, I don't know how many likes we got. I don't know how many likes we got, so make sure to smash the like button, spread the word on this video. We have a huge announcement from FBI Director Kash Patel. It says he just dropped the mic. Yeah, let's see what he had to say. This is his first announcement.
All right, Director, it's only been a month, but it's been a busy month. And I think part of your success is the good relationship you have with your colleagues, whether it be John Ratcliffe, whether it be Mike Waltz. I mean, it is a really good national security team. But update us on some things, some highlights of your first month that maybe we missed.
I really appreciate this. This shows what the men and women of the FBI can do when they have leadership who are in lockstep with the national security mission of safeguarding our citizens. Just in the last 3 weeks, Trey, the FBI has arrested and brought to justice, thanks to the Department of Justice and Pam Bondi, 3 top 10 of the FBI's most wanted. Let me just say that again. Not 1, not 2, but 3 of the FBI's most wanted top 10 are now in custody because of our relationships with folks like Director Ratcliffe and Secretary.
Oh, damn. Hold on. Hold on, man. Okay, so he decided to go finally on Fox and let people know what's been going on. 3 of the top 10 most wanted FBI, most wanted on a list, have been arrested. Damn.
Hegseth and Rubio, and the list goes on.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
But we've also returned to justice in just 1 short week's time one of the architects of the Abbeygate explosion that killed 13 of our service members. We did that in 1 week, flying through multiple countries and going into Pakistan and utilizing our liaison relationships in the...
Bro, they went into Pakistan? They're not even just doing stuff domestically. He's announcing stuff that they've done globally.
Leverage that we have thanks to great guys like Johnny Ratcliffe and getting a modicum of justice to the American people. And just to put that in perspective, those folks have been on the run for 4 years. And in the last 12 months before I got into this seat, Trey, do you know how many top 10 FBI's most wanted were arrested by the FBI? 0. That's the difference. Yeah. 4 weeks in, we got 3, and we're just warming up.
Yeah, that's pretty big. It's pretty big stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, obviously they have to do this stuff on low key, undercover stuff, obviously, because they're working on all these operations. But yeah, the FBI most wanted top 10 are now in custody. 3 of them, and in 4 years, 0 of them were held accountable. So it just goes to show you what the hell was the Biden administration even doing, right? All this fraud that I'm just, well, I don't know, man. I'm so optimistic about this administration. Like, I know people hate me for it and people hate the fact that I get crazy messages, but I'm so optimistic about this administration. I know that in 4 years, and I could be wrong, but I'm betting on it. I just think it's going to be very successful. I do. I think this administration is going to have a hell of a, you just got to give it time. Look, there's people that I don't like Pam Bondi. I'm not the biggest fan of right now, right? She talks a lot. She's always on the news, but we don't know, right? She could be a huge success. Kash Patel making this announcement, that's pretty big, right? The border situation, that's huge, right? The fentanyl news that we just got, that's huge. So again, if you have less people dying of fentanyl, less young men and women in America dying of fentanyl, that's a huge W. If you have the border closed, that's a huge W. If you could save up so much money that you can pay back Americans for all the theft and waste that has been found, that's a huge W. If you can stop the war in Ukraine and Russia, that's a huge W. There's a lot of W's that could come with this administration that was not, and gas prices. Have gas prices come down? That's all I keep hearing is that gas prices are down. I saw gas prices at $2.79. For the last 4 years, gas prices have been over $3.60 where I live. In some parts, $4. And during the height and the peak of everything, it was like $5 for gas. So if Trump could, if every Trump policy can dwindle down and gas prices go down to about $1.99 or $2 by the time his administration is done, man, oh man. So again, all you hear from Democrats right now, it's not policies, it's not how they can make your life better, it's how bad Trump is. Go look at the news and go look at the people making content. Their whole existence right now is, oh my God, Trump did this. Oh my God, he said that. Oh my God, he said this. But it's not about how it's going to make your life better. I don't see it. Somebody point me in the direction. Maybe I'll go see it. But that's a huge announcement from Elon Musk and Kash Patel, actually. You telling me that all you had to do is go in to the government, get a little office, and you found that $330 million in SBA loans were sent to people under 11 years old? I don't know. I guess that's what they found. I want to hear more. I'm interested in this. So I'm optimistic on this administration. I'm more optimistic than I've ever been. Because we took the huge hits, right? His first month to 2 months so far, there have been hits. The stock market took a huge hit because of the tariffs and all of that. But look, things are bouncing back. And I told you, the worst thing that could happen for the Democrats is that the stock market bounces back and gas prices go down and Doge dividend check is real and all these and war, no more wars and peace. And all these companies are coming to the United States of America. $1.4 trillion the UAE has promised that over the next 4 years, they want to invest in America. I think over the next 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. Companies are investing in America. They're coming here. So yeah. Oh, I just got a breaking news, actually. The FBI just launched a special task force to hunt down and arrest terrorists targeting Tesla. That's pretty big too, man. And what's so crazy is that people think that burning down Teslas is like free speech. Bro, it's not free speech. Like, it's not free speech to terrorize Americans who love Tesla, especially when they're all liberals. I'm not sure. Maybe some people in this chat bought a Tesla. Maybe some of you guys drive a Tesla now. I could be wrong, but I think majority of the people that drive Teslas are people that are on the left. Yeah. So this was announced literally while we're live. So I'd rather just... So the FBI announced that they launched a task force to track down and arrest a terrorist involved in the Tesla attacks, according to the New York Post. The FBI will be deploying personnel from the FBI's counterterrorism division to carry out the operation. So that's good. That's good. I really want to see, right? Because this could be all talk, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's real. So we'll see. This is a pretty big announcement, because I do want to see who's funding this, and I do want to see if we can get to where the money is coming from, and that's also good too. So again, a lot of time left in this administration. A lot of time left. We'll see where we go with this. We will. Yeah, 60% of Tesla owners are Democrats. So this is like, this is the party civil war. It's not only happening in Congress and in the Senate, it's happening out in the streets, where mostly every Tesla driver. And let me ask you guys before I go, and make sure to smash the like button. We should have over 2,000 likes. I would appreciate you guys if we could get over 2,000 likes. That'll be nice. But Gary says, I'm a Republican, but I own a Tesla. Yeah, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. When did you buy your Tesla? That would be nice to know. But what's going to happen to these Democrats that they're out in the street and they're being terrorized by other Americans? What do you think that they're going to do? They've been liberal their whole entire lives. They've been Democrats their whole entire lives, but now they see their own party attacking them for driving a Tesla. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to go in the next election. They're going to vote against their own party. Hey, we got over 1,000 likes. Thank you. Robin, thank you. I appreciate you, Robin. Angel, how are you? How's everybody here? Yeah, I think that I think that this will all look. It looks, I don't know, man. Like when you go and you read the papers and you watch these channels, you would think that it's the end of the world and that Trump is doing a terrible job and that everything's falling apart. I just don't. I just think that it's the total opposite. I really do. And I think that over time, it will show, in my opinion. All right. So, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Okay. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So I have another, I'm going to be making a video about JD Vance. Something is happening to JD Vance. There is a coordinated attack against JD Vance and new leaked information. And I do have to talk about it because he just made an emergency announcement about it. And I really don't like where this is going. I think that the JD Vance attacks are actually pretty crazy. That's also somebody I'm very optimistic about. And I do think that the reason that he's being attacked is for many reasons that a lot of people know that he's next up. A lot of people know that JD Vance is going to be next. And that's creating problems of insecurity for Democrats, and they're trying to do a lot of harm to JD Vance. So we're going to be talking about that on the next show. And yeah, we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys on the next one. Smash the like button.